This is that once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Once in a lifetime, a golden opportunity.
Hey guys, I am back with a little breakdown of the update for Vainglory. You know, it's a couple days late, but I'm on vacation, like I've said before, at least I think I have, and just busy hanging out with family. I didn't really feel the need to sit down and record. So let's just kind of get into it. This has been like my fourth time trying to record this just because I have family members that are a little rowdy. So new hero, big thing. She's a carry or a support, and we've been needing these. We needed a support that could really, you know, not just heal, but deal good damage. Aside from Adagio, Adagio can do that, but a tankier one because he's a little squishy. Oop, the recording thing's going all crazy. So let's just check out her abilities really quickly. So her perk is basically like Lyra's. After she does a basic attack, she follows up by doing a little, what's it called? She follows up by slamming on the ground and doing damage in a cone, which does extra, what does it say, weapon damage? Yes, extra weapon damage, reduces all of her cooldowns, including her ult, all of her cooldowns by 1.5%, and slowing the enemy. So that's pretty big. I think that's awesome. What does it say? Okay, they're capped to 200 crystal damage. So that's good. Benediction, you know, jumps to her opponent, hits them with the same thing as her passive. Slams it down, does a cone, but this time it's crystal damage. Slows. Does it slow? Oh, it should slow. It gives Grace full Holy Shield, which reduces incoming damage by 40% and boosted by 5% of crystal power. That's pretty big, and it gives directional Holy Shield to her allies. So by directional Holy Shield, they're basically just saying that whatever direction the enemy that got hit with the benediction is in, it's going to reduce damage from that direction. That's pretty great. Holy Nova, so she channels by spinning her mace in the air, slams it down on the ground, Gandalf style, and in a small, or not small, more like medium circle radius, she knocks enemies into the air, stunning them, basically. It looks a little bit longer than 1 second. It says it's 1 second. I say it's like 1.2, 1.5. Maybe it's just me being too critical, but I don't know. It seems like it. Her overdrive is amazing. Or for this ability at least. It's just if Samuel throws his sleep ability, if any crowd control is going to happen where Grace is and she's channeling that, it's going to do nothing to her. Samuel's sleep will be negated, he'll still get knocked up, and the fight continues. Super useful. Her ult is her signature thing. Some heroes aren't really known for their ult, for other aspects of them. This will change a team fight in no time, and just, it's great. I'm freaking out because I'm waiting for them to nerf it. So she gets full Holy Shield, and she starts channeling for 1.8 seconds, and after that, she does incredible healing. In her spotlight, they showed 800 healing, probably enhanced by crystal damage. I'm not entirely sure. That's great. So that's, if she casts it on herself, it's not like Arden's shield where it's reduced. She gets the same amount of healing that it would be if she gave it to an ally. Very, very useful, both for protecting your teammates and protecting yourself and trying to get yourself out of that sticky situation. So now, let's see. So yeah, Grace, super cool. I haven't looked at her talents really, so So she deals bonus crystal damage with her A, and passively gains crystal damage. Benediction has 2 charges, shorter cooldown, but lower damage reduction. So that's not too bad. Okay, so this lets her heal herself and her target. That is great. Less healing, but again, that's stacked with crystal power, so she's just like incredible, like just balls to the wall, crystal build. You're still gonna heal like a ton. Very, very useful. That's actually really cool. Oh, the wind is howling outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, check out Grace. Really cool character. Bug with her talents, not too important. This Sky skin is badass, okay? Her motorcycle transforms into her mech, and whenever she's sprinting, it goes back into motorcycle mode. All of the animations cater to, the personality of the skin. Really cool. Reminds me of like Tron or like Akira, if you guys know what that is. Samuel's new skin looks pretty cool, kind of futuristic wizard. Rhyme only looks like he's aged a couple years. He already looked like that almost. Kashka School Day skin is really cool, really nice. Let's see. What did they add anything like specific? Yeah, I think, just minor tweaks here and there, except for Sky. Sky was like super badass. This is my favorite part of the update because we have been waiting for this for so long. And I think it was really just a follow-up to Mobile Legends' update, so that's another mobile MOBA. And that allows people to, do a voice chat. You can't do that in Vainglory, and before you could only use, icons to tell people what to do. Now you have words. You can say good luck. No, I'm not ready for a team fight. My ult is on cooldown. My items are on cooldown. Recommend to someone what to buy. So if you see that your teammate's not building the right defense that they need to be building or the right kind of attack power, you can recommend that. You couldn't do that before. You just spam people with question marks until they get it. They added back the third quest, so now it's 3 quests and then the 5 different heroes quests. And they added the little slots so you can see your progress a little bit better. Fairer matches, shorter matchmaking times. I don't really see a difference in matchmaking times because they've always been pretty good, unless my internet was being a butt. So, I don't know. I think they should just keep doing what they're doing. I don't know why they want to change more stuff. It says more changes are coming, but I guess maybe that's the feedback that they received. I don't play Blitz too much, but the whole KDA and scoreboard changes are really useful. You get to see how many points you've contributed to the match out of a total of 15 to win, and you get to see your kill, death, and assist ratio. That's good. I don't know too much about the middle sentry, like damage-wise, so that's not super important to me. The only item that they have changed is the Poison Shiv. Lowering the attack speed was a mistake, in my opinion. I think it was at like 25%, if I'm not mistaken. So lowering that even more is kind of, I don't know, we needed something like that because Krull, to have, he does a lot of lifesteal, so to have something that does attack speed, which is really useful for his passive, and do lifesteal, and do mortal wounds, just perfect item. Lowering the attack speed would just kill it. It was pretty balanced in my opinion. So, the Fenrir of the game, if you guys don't play Smite, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But his ult has cooldown slightly increased at all ranks, which is good because I'm tired of getting picked up in his mouth and spat out next to a turret and killed. And his live armor loses stacks a lot quicker, which is great for everyone else that is not playing him, because he takes so much damage and does not die, and I hated it. So it's good to see him nerfed. Baron, the Pharah of this game, Pharah from Overwatch, huge pain in the ass. The fact that they nerfed his weapon power is so great. Weapon power increases the range of his basic attack, and it did a crap ton of damage because his passive does weapon damage in a radius, so it's splash damage. See him get nerfed for weapon damage, it's one of the happiest days that, out of playing this game. So that's good. Crystal damage, for him, it's going to do a bunch of damage, and people are like, oh, it's too powerful. No, he has rockets. It does a lot of ability damage. You guys just have to be aware of what you're building and when. Flicker's Mooncloak, which is his ult, if I'm not mistaken, it gives everybody a invisibility and with a pretty decent duration. Cooldown lowered at all ranks. People don't play Flicker like they used to. So to see something change to entice people to play him more is really good. I'm happy to see that. I'm going to be playing him for sure. Kestrel's, what's it called? Her passive. Her passive has increased duration now, which is good to see because it increases her attack speed over time with a max stack of 5. So her attack speed doesn't get too crazy unless you're building weapon damage with like Tornado Trigger. So very useful. Glimmer Shot, faster reload. Her reload, it would only reload once her passive stacks all ran out, if I'm not mistaken, which took a decent amount of time, maybe like a second or two, or like a second and a half or two. To see that reduced, great, awesome. Krull, base weapon damage increased, that is probably a mistake. Just because Krull already does a bunch of weapon damage, and that's his thing. We need to not do that. His ult, where he throws his sword to stun people, has a lower cooldown at all ranks. It's always had a really high cooldown. To see it reduced is pretty great. I love playing Krull. Samuel, you're already OP, man. What are you doing? They're trying to reduce the energy cost for Malice and Verdict. It already reduces cooldown when it's matched up with his B. You should reduce the the energy cost for his B, not his A. We don't need him spamming that crazy damage A. It's absurd. Vox, base attack slightly increased, or base attack speed slightly lowered. I play Vox a lot. I honestly saw that. I noticed it. I'm sad to see it go because I loved it, but it's necessary. He has to be a balanced character. His passive is already fairly overpowered just because it bounces his basic attack infused with crystal damage to other people around him. So, it's understandable. Lance's Gythian Wall has a slightly higher cooldown. That's understandable. His combat roll, I don't know what the bug was, but higher bonus damage. His ult isn't that amazing. It's just for really maneuvering around a fight and getting away. And it did slightly increase damage before. It was supposed to be like, oh yeah, you can do this to get away, but it'll do a little bit more damage if you want to use it in a fight. It needed a little bit of a buff. That's good. We'll see how it is in a regular match. Hopefully it's not too crazy. And I think that's about it. I mean, I don't really keep up with the esports too much, or the esports part of it too much. I know TSM's like really good. Halcyon Hammers isn't as good as they used to be. Apparently, I read recently, Cloud9 is supposed to be really good, so I want to see what happens with there. Maybe I might get into it. Who knows? What else do they got? New lore? Yeah, definitely check out that skin. Such a badass skin. Like, I'm fanboying over that skin really hard. School Day skins are really cool. Those are a little bit older. I haven't gotten any of those yet, and I didn't know the art. There was like art for the community section, so that's good to see. Somebody made a song about her, named after her ability. I think that's pretty cool, incorporating the community into the app itself so you can, keep it more interactive with the people that are playing. But yeah, guys, that's it. Just a quick little breakdown, or I hope it was quick. Just introduce you guys to the stuff that's been changed and maybe give hints at what's going to come in the future. So yeah, that's all. You guys take it easy.